Hey, this is Matt once again. We're back to another video as I stutter and mutter and mumble my way out of this. This is a paid request for Phil. Thank you so much for that. For those interested, requesting any type of videos, random movie review, re-review, thoughts, dreams, commentaries, tier list, rankings, video game playthrough for an hour, a full playthrough, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it. I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And for those who sent them, thank you. I really do appreciate it. So Phil wanted me to look back once again on the film The Black Phone, which I'm not going to put a year on the review title because it's one of those stupid things like they do with a lot of movies. It was in one festival for one in 2021, so many places say it's a 2021 film when the majority of people were able to see it in 2022 because that's when it came out in theaters. I hate when that shit happens. So you put actually it says 2021. Yeah, but unless you were in one fucking festival, you would not have seen it that year. So anyway, I hate that shit. I do. It's annoying. So I'll just put The Black Phone. Which, of course, I guess is fitting because we are getting a sequel in October. Which I'll talk about that at the end. But it's crazy that, I mean, it's been 3 years. Just for most people, 2022 is when you would have been able to see it. 3 years, that's crazy. It's been already 3 years. When I saw the film, I liked it, and I still like it. At the end of the day, I still liked the film. Scott Derrickson, I don't love all of his films, but I like a chunk of them. The first Doctor Strange, I think, is one of the better Marvel movies. I definitely get why he did not do the second one because he did not. He wanted to do something, they wouldn't let him do it. He walked away. I think that was the right choice. And honestly, The Black Phone I liked a lot more than Doctor Strange 2. Deliver Us from Evil is my favorite of his. I think that's a very underrated film. I think I got the DVD over there. With Eric Bana. It's an exorcism movie, but it's also from a cop detective perspective, which I like. Deliver Us from Evil, I think it's a bit underrated. I'm not a fan of Sinister, but he did a segment in VHS, I think the last one, which I read, or the one before that. Might have been the one before that, actually. I can't remember. Either way, I liked it. It was like Dream Kill or something. That was fairly good. It might have been the one before. Anyway, one of the newer VHS movies he did a segment, which I thought was very inventive. So again, I may not love every film he's done, but I've liked a decent amount of his. I thought he did a good job directing. The look of the film, and before I go on, the plot. For those who never saw the film, never saw my old review, whatever. You have this kid, Finney. I want to make sure, is it Finney or Finley? I know I should have wrote it down right, because I suck at names. Is it Finley or Finney? DB Finney. I want to make sure. Goddamn. Finney, okay. Finney. I don't know why I kept want to call him Finley, like Fit Finley or some shit, but Finney. Anyway, played by Mason Thames or Thames, Thames, Thames. Anyway, Mason, not Mason Storm, but another Mason. Anyway, he plays Finney, and it takes place in 1978 in Colorado, and he has a younger sister named Gwen, and they have this alcoholic dad played by Jeremy Davies, which you've seen him in some films, Saving Private Ryan, in particular. He was also, I think, did the film Ravenous. But anyway, Finney and Gwen, they go about their day, going to school, walking eggshells around their alcoholic dad. But there's a killer around. There's an abductor. Someone taking kids, known as the Grabber. And that's played by Ethan Hawke. So we did a bit of a build-up. We see a bit of Finney dealing with bullies, his sister sticking up for him, We did a little bit of backstory, not a whole but a little bit, that their mom had ended her life because she had these psychic visions, and more than likely that's why the dad is such an alcoholic. The little girl, Gwen, she has visions as well. And Finney, like, he just trying to deal with bullies. There's this kid playing baseball who said he has a good arm. A guy named Bruce. There's another kid who, like, seems like he knows a bit of kung fu. Pretty cool kid who likes Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Bit of a badass. Takes care of this bully. Beats the ever-living shit out of him in a pretty rousing scene. And he's a friend of Finn. Says, I fucked with... Hey, you fucked with Finn? Fucked with him again? I fuck with you. I kind of wish he was in the film more. Part of me wishes he was the lead. Although I think the lead kid did a good job. But there's a part of me that's like, I kind of want to see if this kid was the lead. That'd be interesting direction. But anyway, these kids get taken until ultimately our lead kid gets taken. And then the rest of the film is he's in this basement where one of the only things is his old rotary phone that will ring once in a while. He picks it up, and the ghost of one of the victims of this killer will talk to him and give him an idea of what to do. And it kind of goes on from there. He gets a call from a ghost, he tries something, doesn't quite work out. Then eventually gets another call from another victim, tries something, doesn't work out. Rinse and repeat until you get to the end of the movie. Now, I do still like the film. I wouldn't say I love it. I don't own this. I don't see myself picking this up because I probably don't see myself rewatching this a whole lot. In fact, the last time I saw this film was when it came out. And I liked it. But again, it's not a film I just rewatch much. Now, with that said, I was mentioning Scott Derrickson's direction. I liked it. I liked the way he made the film look. I thought the way the color timing, kind of the darker look, worked for its 70s backdrop. I thought that all the little details, the glass Coke bottles, the old school Coors beer cans, the cars, the clothes, they all fit with the 1978 year, the whole aesthetic of it. I did like. Thought they did a rather good job with that. I thought the acting, I thought the lead kid did a good job as Finney. Ethan Hawke, one of his better performances. And see, this is what I thought when that film Longlegs came out. And Nick Cage, some people were praising him about how weird and crazy it was. And I'm sitting there going, you know what? Ethan Hawke did a better version of that character. The kooky, weird, crazy. But Ethan Hawke, I think, actually had a better balance, had a better tone. And I just felt more of a story with his character, the different masks that he wore, and it felt like different personalities he would showcase, depending on which mask he wore. That maybe he himself was a victim of abuse, because he mentions how he used to be in this basement in the past. Maybe he had a similar power or whatever that our lead kid did, because he can hear the phone as well. But maybe he shut that out, and so you have this kind of two that have this similar power thing, but of course on opposite pieces of the spectrum. And it's one of those things that I thought Ethan Hawke did a very solid job without approaching too much camp value. I didn't think he was campy, I didn't think he was silly, I didn't think he was goofy. Like Nick Cage. Like Nick Cage and Longlegs, people said, oh, he was goofy. He was, in my opinion, he was goofy, he was stupid, he was annoying, he was irritating. I think it's one of Nick Cage's worst performances. what was that fucking guy who played the ukulele, or whatever the hell, the Tiny Tim? I feel like Tiny Tim on, I don't know, methamphetamines or something. Where some people may think that's a fun idea, but not for me. Mommy, daddy, daddy. Shut the fuck up. I like Nick Cage, but in that movie, shut the fuck up. Ethan Hawke did a much better job. And the lead kid, the girl plays the younger sister. Even the other kids, like Bruce and Robin, like those characters with Sally, they're not in the film much. They accomplished what they set out to do. So the acting is good, the look of the film. When the little girl has these visions, I think it was cool that the director, which he's known to do this, he did some of it in Sinister and other films, shot in Super 8. Now, for what I understand, he really did shoot in Super 8 because he likes that look. He's done that for other films as well. And the Super 8 definitely brings that level of the grain and the... It has a bit of a creepy factor to it that could be very successful for a horror thriller project like this. And the story's interesting. The idea of someone being abducted, trapped, and then the ghosts of the other's victims helping this character along in order to get to the ending of the film. So all those elements and the ending really, to me, did not really set anything up for a sequel. Like, that I noticed watching it again. I'm like, yeah, this is kind of a one and done deal. I'll talk about the sequel, the trailer, because I did watch the trailer after watching this review, just out of curiosity. Watch this review. Watching this movie for the review, to learn how to talk right. And I like how, like, the ending didn't bother me as much this time as it did the first time. The first time I went, oh, okay, that's the ending, but here, I actually liked it more. The ending, I did like. Spoilers. The reason being, I like that he uses the stuff that's kind of not taught to him, but in a way it was, but not where, yeah, it gets a bit of this repetitive nature where, okay, you tell me what to do, ghost, I do it, I fail. Wait, okay, who the fuck are you? Okay, you tell me what to do it, fail, wait again. Who the fuck are you? Okay, do this, wait again. Who the fuck are you? So it is like rinse, repeat, your repetitiveness. But when you get to the end, it's like, okay, he dug the hole, but he's able to use that so he can jump over it, and Ethan Hawke slips into it. Okay, the grate that fell, okay, I'm going to use that to put in there so when it hits, it's something metal and makes him break his leg. Okay, the thing with the phone, okay, I put the dirt in it, I beat the shit out of him, beat the fuck out of him, and that worked out, smacking the shit out of him. Even the thing with the freezer, okay, there's a dog there, how am I going to get by the dog? Okay, I did the thing. Almost as if the ghost knew this was all going to happen. Maybe they did, I don't know. Or just how it worked out. But I like that okay, all the little things he kind of went through in a way meant something because he was able to use this, and this to finally defeat the bad guy and then snap his neck. And that was right. That was, I don't want to say uplifting, that's a weird way to put it, but it was rousing. We beat the shit out of the guy, embraced the neck, like, yeah, alright, get that motherfucker, he deserves it, fuck that motherfucker. So that was cool. And he did it himself, he didn't need help. And that's the thing about Watch This Again, is I liked the film. I have really two, but three, maybe three issues with it. And I'm going to get into that before I forget. The first thing, Jeremy Davies is the alcoholic dad. I think that was just kind of put in and nothing was really done with it. I get it in that time period. Not just that, hell, nowadays as well. A lot of kids go through that. They have a dad or a mom or a parent that is going through and just the demons bumbling and bottling up into this person, and they're drinking their life away and they take it out on their kids. And you just say that's another thing these kids have to deal with. It's just sadly a state of life that kids to this day some deal with. I get that. It's just within the movie, it feels like there's more that's going to be done with it, but there's not. Because after the kid gets taken, he's kind of just a peripheral character. He tells his daughter that the kid's missing. Like, have you seen them? He asks, have you seen them? Then when she talks to her dad, he drives her around. And then they talk to the cops that didn't really lead much to anything. And then he tries at the end. I'm like, fuck you, dude. You don't deserve anything. So it just... It's just a character that felt kind of useless to me. Like, if you made where, okay, this character was going to be more active, or he was a skeptic, but now he's going to become more of a believer, because what does he have to lose? I don't believe my kid. You say he does that because he takes the girl, drives her around, but it felt like they established something, or they started something, but nothing was really done with or finished with that character. I don't know, just... If you took that out of the movie, I don't think it would affect much of the story. So I don't think it was that important to this story. I just don't. The whole alcoholic dad, I don't think it really impacted the story that much. If the dad was abusive to the point where he was afraid of his father, the lead kid, and then that's something that Ethan Hawke can relate to, so they're on the same level, but one chooses the bad side, Ethan Hawke, one chooses the good side, our lead kid. Maybe that's something to play off of, but they don't do that. So it just, Jeremy Davis is just more of an irritating character to get in the way of the story. Again, I say that, but even then, he's not even in the story that much, except a bit of a dick at the beginning of the story. But after that, he's barely in it. So I don't know, felt kind of like a useless character to me. That's number one. It's not really a problem, but something I found kind of makes me ponder. The one kid, Robin, he's such like a kung fu guy. He could do these nice looking roundhouse kicks. He takes a bully and he puts him like a thing like this. I'm like, how the hell did Ethan Hawke defeat him? He seems like he would beat the shit out of Ethan Hawke's character. Maybe that's why they have scenes where he's kind of like shirtless and he's got like a six pack or something. I'm like, is that really Ethan Hawke or is that a body double? But it's still, it's like you establish this kid as this big martial arts guy. I guess just to establish later on when he teaches the kid a little bit how to punch. So, okay. That makes you go, well, even the kid says, how am I going to beat him when you didn't beat him? I'm wondering, well, how the hell did Ethan Hawke beat you in the first place? Because I don't know, they didn't really show, I don't think they showed how Ethan Hawke killed him or anything. But anyway, it's not a big deal. It's just something I thought of in my head. So if you take that out, my problem with the alcoholic dad. And the second one is the girl Gwen who has these visions. Watching again, I realize her character is completely pointless to the story. Completely pointless. What I mean by that is, bear with me. She's not a bad character. I like the acting. They try to make her a little bit too much of the badass with all the cursing and stuff. Okay, so you push it a bit too far. A bit too much. Okay, you're trying too hard. I get it. She's tough. I like that she protects her brother by getting a rock and smacking a bully in the head with a rock, and the kid's head's bleeding. But you cocksucker motherfucker, fuck, like, okay, you sure they ain't Rob Zombie, little girl? Were you watching too many Rob Zombie movies? They weren't made yet. It's 1978, but still, she's a psychic, so maybe she visualized those shitty Rob Zombie movies in the future. That's how people talk to the future. I will talk like that. You cocksucker motherfucker, fuck you, the fuck you. So, but when you look at her character, she keeps having visions of a house. She tells the cops. They get there. Oh, okay, I just nothing here. There's this other guy. He says, oh yeah, my brother's busy and all that. As a brother who doesn't realize that his brother, Ethan Hawke, is a killer. Doesn't realize that till the end of the film. So that didn't really mean anything. She keeps having these visions, and even on the ride with her dad, and gets it, cops get there, nothing. Then when she's riding around the bicycle and sees the house, calls the cops, and then the brother character is looking at the map and at the same time realizing, something's up. None of that matters. The brother character comes down, Ethan Hawke just kills him. The little girl tells the cops, and the cops believe her, and they go to the house, but it's the wrong fucking house. So my point is, it doesn't fucking matter, because the boy, I like that the boy does it his own. Well, along with the ghosts, their own. Has the trap, beats the shit out, breaks his neck, comes out, cops are all across the street. So my point is, the whole thing with the girl having the visions was pointless, because all it did was lead to like a red herring. Oh, it's not that house, it's this house. So what was all this time with her and the visions? They didn't save the kid, they didn't help the kid, they didn't do anything for the boy, the lead. It didn't do shit. He got out. You could take this film, get rid of the girl, and nothing would be that different, other than I think I would prefer it simplified that way. It would have been even a tighter, fast-paced type of movie. I really do believe that. Just think about it. If you took her out, what really would have changed other than a tighter, faster pace? I'm just like, think about it. Because what did she really do or accomplish? She got the cops, but the cops, he would have gone through the same stuff with the ghosts, the same things, and people, like, you could ask, well, how come he's able to talk to the ghosts in the first place, but the other victims couldn't? Well, yeah, remember, they're both the son and daughter of this mom, this woman who had psychic visions. The movie hones in on the girl having this power, but really the boy has it too. That's how he's able to hear the phone. At least that's the way I interpret it. So it could have just been him with the dad. He's a loner. He's a kid who sticks to himself. He's by himself. But he has his friend. I didn't keep the guy Robin. You could take the girl out and nothing would change. It really wouldn't. Because the girl is pretty fucking pointless. And I don't know if I didn't watch my old review, so I don't know if I pointed that out or not, but I said, yeah, that was all kind of a red herring. It was a misdirection. The cops don't get there, they don't raid the right place, and the girl, it's like, why did we even need that? I'm just sincerely asking, why did we need that? Pretty fucking pointless. So that stuff, watch it again. It's like, oh, okay, you could have cut all this shit out. Just have the kid in the basement. Maybe they thought that'd be too boring. I don't know. But I guess they thought, well, if it's just the kid in the basement and it just we gotta go outside, we gotta do this and that, and pretty much sort of wild goose chase. Like, okay, you got close, but the kid like doesn't need your help anymore because he did it himself now. So good job, sis. Close, but not close enough. You were close, just the other way. But anyway, I like the soundtrack, the songs they used, like the song early on. Come on and take a free ride, free ride. They don't use a ton of songs, but the few they use is fitting because of the time period. I like the look of the film. It's nicely directed. The acting is good. Ethan Hawke does a very solid job. I did the ending of the kid fighting Ethan Hawke. That didn't bother me. It fit. Just Ethan Hawke. It's not like Ethan Hawke is fucking Brock Lesnar or something, So I could buy this kid beating up Ethan Hawke. Yeah. Overall, I did like it, but like I said, the whole thing with the Gwen, the psychic younger sister, her plot really was completely pointless, and just something about that just took something away from me. The visuals were neat to see the Super 8 style quality, but I mean, hell, the lead kid could have had those nightmares, then wakes up and then the phone rings. You could have just done that, and it'd still be this tighter pace to it, but that's just me. But I do like the film. Now the sequel, I did watch the trailer. I still don't think you need a sequel. They're definitely going more into a fantastical route. Definitely going more into there's supernatural in this, but even further. I will say it's a good looking trailer. I will say the visuals, the images, the look of the film. There's some good looking visuals in it. It looks like it will at least be a very well directed film with atmosphere. There's a scene that they completely rip off from that movie Curtains. Granted, I think Curtains is a piece of shit, and the only thing worth the shit is that scene with the ice skating. So, hey, you want to take that and put it in maybe a better movie? Be my guest. Because if I liked Curtains, I'd be mad about it, but I think Curtains is a piece of shit slasher film. I mean, it's a slasher film that they were working on, then they stopped, and they had to rewrite shit. You could tell, because it's not good at all. There are 80 slasher films I like. My Bloody Valentine. Hell, I'll watch fucking Bloodhook. That's a movie about a guy with a giant fucking fishing hook killing people. Fishing lure. And there's a hook as well, but yeah, Curtains not for me. But yeah, you want to rip that off? Fine. Be my guest. I mean, I hope it's good. The trailer, like I said, it's a well-directed trailer. I still don't think you needed a sequel, but I guess someone could argue, do you ever need a sequel? Well, it depends. If they leave room for a cliffhanger, like The Collector needed a sequel, and the Collection delivered. Please don't do that third Collector movie. Just cancel the shit, please. Anyway. But this one, with the issues I have with it, I still like it. Like I said, not a film I rewatch a whole lot. But, yeah. Still like it. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.